Let's talk about your tax return. That is not free money that you're getting handed every year. That is your money that you were overtaxed for the whole entire prior year, and it was your original paycheck that you're just now getting back without interest. When you get a big refund, it means you've been overpaying your taxes all year long, like a free loan to the government with no interest. Want to stop overpaying? Well, you need to relook at how you're filling out your W-4 with your employer. You need to make sure that's filled out correctly so that the correct amount of taxes are withheld. So here is a W-4 form as an example. The first part is just all of your personal information, social security number, name, date of birth, all of that. You want to make sure you select head of household, married, all of that correctly, because that also affects how taxes will be withheld. The second section of the W-4 is the most skipped overstep. It is a checkbox that if you and your partner make similar money, so say you make 50K, they make 50K, you'll want to check that box. And if your partner makes significantly more than you make, you will want to use the estimator to put in the correct amount to be withheld so that at the end of the year, you guys aren't seeing a difference in what tax brackets you're in versus what was withheld. You will also want to check that checkbox if you yourself have two jobs. Even if you're single, if you have two jobs, you're earning income somewhere else, then you would want to check that box. So the next section is about your dependents. You only want to put the amount for the dependents that you'll receive the child tax credit for. You want to make sure this matches the amount that you get back for your child tax credit each year on those dependents. So if you have two dependents under the age of 17, that's 2,000 times 2, $4,000 that you would want to put in that slot. And the next part, section 4, like 4A, you'd want to put in an amount if you have a side hustle. Let's say you're an Uber driver and you expect to make $10,000 that year, you would want to put that amount in 4A as additional income. Also, you do not want to just assume that every year stays the same and you fill it out the same every time, or you just leave it as is and do not update, because if you've been married since the prior year, had children, gained additional dependents, then those are all things you'll need to make sure you update on that form. Spouse's income has changed, you would want to update. Getting that big refund back in April is not something to brag about. You should have been getting that money all along throughout the year. So take a few minutes, fix your information, and get paid the correct amount on every paycheck.